G'day everyone, my name's Tofuboi and welcome to the end of 2024. We've made it! Another full year down in the books. And boy has it been a time. It's been a time. And I want to actually like do this little 2024 recap as kind of like how I started my VTubing journey and how I got back into streaming after a very long hiatus of a few years, and kind of where I want to keep going in 2025 and beyond. So basically, it all started on the 11th of October, 2023. PAX Oz 2023 was a time. I had a lot of fun. It was great, awesome. You know, really enjoyed myself. And there was a VTubing panel, the first of its kind, to come from PAX. And so I sat down and watched this panel. And it really cemented my desire to start streaming again. I'd been thinking about it for a while, but this really kind of like cemented it, and kind of I wanted VTubing to be my end goal, or at least my advancement from IRL. So I've obviously, for those who don't know, I've been an IRL streamer for many years. I started in the streaming game since as early as 2008, back in the days of Justin TV, Ustream, helping out with charity events and all sorts of bits and pieces, you know, from a technical perspective. I streamed for a few years from about 2013, 14 to about 2018, 19, off and on, and then kind of took a big break. And then obviously, again, just after 2020, PAX 2023, I decided to start streaming again. And that was the 11th of October, 2023. It was interesting. I basically came back to, I mean, it felt like a blank slate, but I still had obviously all, you know, like all the stuff that I built up from years prior. But realistically, it did feel like starting again effectively. I did use a lot of my old assets, which is funny enough because all of the assets that you see in my streams in 2024 were all my old assets. A lot of my wallpapers, my like stream button, you know, my stream icons and stuff, my alerts, all of that was from 2016 to 2019. I just kind of like really brought everything back to normal, and then you went, you know what, let's full send it and just like go for it. And I had a lot of support from the get-go. You know, so people of old decided to show up. They're like, oh, who's this? I remember this guy. He used to stream Nintendo shit. And yeah, sure enough, they would come along. And you know, I was getting into the VTubing scene. Like, I was finding VTubers on Twitch. I was following them. I was getting into their communities, really enjoying like kind of being around them. So I had a couple of VTubers kind of stopping by early on, even when I was IRL, and kind of giving their support as community members. And that was really nice. And yeah, I was having a lot of fun. You know, I was doing what I used to do basically, was primarily Nintendo. Didn't really dabble too much in variety, but it was mostly Nintendo stuff. I'm one taking this, by the way. I'm not editing it in any way, shape, or form. It's a one take, and I'm just gonna be putting shit over the top. Also, just quickly, you may have noticed, I'm in a different setting. Yeah, just a sneak peek of what's to come in 2025. I thought I'd you know, give you a bit of a teaser, so to speak. Hope you like it. Audio may sound a little different too, because I've been tweaking and stuffing with that too. So let me know how you feel about that. But yeah, that was what was going on. You know, I did a few months. I did Christmas and New Year's 2023, doing IRL streams, a couple of streams a week, and you know, rebuilding everything and kind of building it back up from where I kind of left it. And you know, things were good. I was having a lot of fun. But my ultimate goal was really to become a VTuber, and kind of pursue that kind of angle of stuff. Mostly for the tech behind it. I'm a big tech head. I always have been. And I really wanted to kind of learn how VTubing worked from a technical aspect, you know, and then kind of go to what I could do to help people, and you know, from a technical perspective, and learn how it all worked, so I could help all of you if you needed it. Yeah. So fast forward to April 2024. You know, obviously I had my birthday in February 2024. We did a big birthday stream. That was good fun. We played Lethal Company, Mario Kart, a couple other bits and pieces. That was really nice and fun. But things really didn't start taking off until about April 2024. So in April, we had DreamHack Melbourne. Unfortunately, at this stage, we now realise that it was the last DreamHack to be on Australia, which, well, at least for the foreseeable future, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You know, these things happen. It's all business and stuff. But yeah, so DreamHack had another VTubing panel, which I went and watched. And it was called VTubing 101. Basically, how to become a VTuber and how to get started from all sorts of aspects, whether it was ideas, creativity, the technical side a little bit, all sorts of bits and pieces. And it was really, really cool to kind of witness and like take in and learn, which was really, really nice. And so it was at that point I basically said, all right, I'm going to start looking into going into VTubing from IRL. And officially really begin my journey. Another thing that came from DreamHack was was OzTubers, which is at the time of this recording is the largest Australia New Zealand group for VTubers of Australia and New Zealand. It was conceived by a couple of Aussie VTubers and has about 1,000 members. I joined on day one. And you know, I obviously had some goals in play, obviously to learn more about VTubing, and of course make new friends and have lots of fun. And yeah, so we did that, and as OzTubers kind of like started growing, new members came in. You know, we had obviously new people to come and talk to and all that kind of stuff. And it was a couple of weeks after OzTubers started, I set up my very first PNG tuber using VideoTube, and it was just this little kind of like 16-bit kind of pixel art kind of guy that looked remotely kind of like what I would assume my character would look like. And yeah, it was done just on a website, one of those picture generator things or profile picture generator things that basically said you could use it for commercial use. I'm like, sweet, let's go. And yeah, that was how Tofu 1.0 or Virtual Tofu 1.0 kind of came to be. Yeah. And in the beginning of May, not long before I actually went to my PNG tuber, we had our first large-scale collab in OzTubers to be organised, and that was organised by now very good friend Drama VT, and that was to be in Lethal Company. It was all organised and ran by Drama. She basically got about I think it was like 14 of us together, and it was the most chaotic shit that I'd ever experienced. It was so much chaos, but it was good chaos. Like, I've now come to learn it was good chaos. Unfortunately, it did overwhelm me in the beginning, but it was just something I wasn't expecting. But I tell you what, that collab alone took me on a path that I can never forget and really forged some of the strongest friendships I have now. So it's to that collab that really things kind of took off for me. It was a lot of, you know, it was kind of the pivotal point. There's like, you know what, I really want to get into this and I really want to like stick it out, which was great. And again, it was my first like real major collab too. Like I had little collaborations of, you know, a couple of people here and there, with some friends and whatnot, but realistically this was my first large scale collab that had people I didn't know in it. And trying to riff off of people you don't know is harder than it looks. But again, I was just me. I just, you know, did my own thing and it all worked out. You know, I managed to meld with, you know, with everybody in the group. You know, managed to make some you know, good new friends from that collab as well, which I obviously still have now to date. So yeah, it was really, really good, and it was really amazing. Like, at that point as well, I wanted to get into collaborative stuff a lot more because I actually, like I said, I really enjoyed it, and but it did take a while to find my stride. Mostly because I was a solo streamer during IRL, but yeah, becoming a VTuber kind of really unlocked those collaborative doors for me, and whatnot. So yeah, so that collab was absolutely amazing. There is a video of it up on my YouTube. There's a highlights panel, a highlights video there, which is absolute, again, chaos and hilarity and fun times and shenanigans. It was great. But yeah. And it was funny because the collabs didn't stop coming straight after that. I was like, basically, it was like literally less than a week after the Lethal Company collab. I get a DM from Drama guy. Hey, you're cool. You want to do another collab? I'm like, yep, sure, let's go. And yeah, so I met again now new friends Fleecy Faye and Momo VT. We did. Oh, fuck, what was it called? Content warning. There you go. I even have it written down and I couldn't remember what it was. But it was a game that none of us had played. It was hilarious. But the one thing that came from that I now learnt is sick tofu does not work. I was incredibly sick, but, and this is something that you should never really do, I've now learned that I'm not going to do anymore, is that I obviously, being brand new and like really into shit, and like wanting to make things work, I was like, I will do this through rain, hail, or shine. Don't do that. Don't do it. People will understand if you say, look, I'm sick. I'm so sorry. Can we do it again another time? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, sure, we'll organize another one. You can come back. Like, it's not the end of the world. It took me a little while to realize that, but yeah, it really isn't the end of the world. So that's a little piece of advice for you, for anyone who's kind of starting out as VTuber as well, and like kind of, or starting as a streamer in general and just wants to like make friends and like collab and stuff. Don't force yourself to stream if you are really, really sick or you know you're not going to be good, because yeah, if you watch the VOD or the thing about it, it was interesting towards the end. You could hear that I'm just like, I don't care anymore. I'm done. But it was lucky everyone was super understanding. So yeah. But I had a really, really good time, and yeah, content warning is fucking hilarious as well. It was a really, really good time. But yeah. And then it was kind of like towards late June. I think it was the 28th of June. It was my next kind of big milestone, where I participated in the Gamers Outreach VTuber SummerSlam event. My first charity event that I did on my own. For context, I usually help with the technical side of like charity events, but it's usually for other people who are the talent. Big events like Hyrule Hustlers, Mario Marathon, and like events like that unfortunately don't really exist anymore. Though I used to help those guys back in the old days, years ago, where I could, help for technical stuff and like help raise money that way. Yeah, so I did it myself, and we raised $760 for charity. Like, to me, I didn't even think we were going to get $50, realistically speaking, and we got nearly 800, and I was just like, what the fuck? That was insane. It was so insane, but again, it was thanks to the support of the community, you guys, and it was also my longest solo stream to date at 9 hours. It was chaos in a box, but it was hilarious and it was really, really good fun. We had people coming in and like joining throughout the night and like coming and going, playing games like Mario Kart, and then we debuted Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, and then we did more Mario Kart, did some words on stream. Like, it was a really good time and a lot of just chatting, and yeah, like I had a lot of OzTubers kicking in, obviously, because it was for OzTubers. It was part of the OzTubers team. But we, had a lot of people coming and going and like sticking around and chatting. It was a fantastic time, and I will do it again in a heartbeat. It was so, so good. But yeah. The next big thing after the Gamers Outreach VTuber SummerSlam is something I didn't think I'd be interested in actually doing. I enjoyed watching them, but I didn't know if I could do it myself. And that was TTRPGs. I got introduced to TTRPGs through a friend group called the Cool Kids Club, and I was able to I started listening to some of the campaigns that they were doing, and I was really getting into it. I was really enjoying it. Like, it was their stories are really good fun, and I basically Drama decided she wanted to do a one-shot kind of like set of a series in a thing called in a game system called OK Cryptid, called the Cryptid Chronicles, which you can actually find online. Yeah, you can actually find them online on YouTube or Spotify or wherever you want to listen to stuff. It's probably there. But yeah, and my episode was called The Techno Haze. And I played an IT guy named Alex who was sent on a job to fix an issue only to find that it was not all as it seemed. And it was my very first time doing a TTRPG. Coming up with the character name, coming up with and being able to kind of play the character and like role play the character in real time. It was a really big eye-opening experience for me, and something I didn't even like. Again, I was scared that I wasn't going to be good at it, and that's another thing as well, is that that was kind of a big blocker for me over the years, was that I was always scared to try new things. And this year I kind of dedicated to trying new things, and just kind of going, you know what, like, fuck it, let's just full send it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's why I kind of went for VTubing. You know, I got into TTRPGs, and everything has worked so far. Like, everything has worked so far. I first time doing a TTRPG and I absolutely nailed it. I loved it. And since then I've actually started other campaigns. And we're also due to start a new one with another new friend that I made called Deputy Doughboy early next year. And I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so fucking pumped. And of course, that obviously got me into the Cool Kids Club as a group as well. And everyone in there is obviously also an amazing group of people who I've actually done collaborations with as well. We did a Dale and Dawson collaboration not long ago, like a couple of months ago now at this point, and it was absolutely fucking hilarious. But anyway, I'm kind of working on a timeline of events here, so I kind of like jumped ahead. But the interesting thing is that my next key milestone, right, was a big one for me. It was the move from PNG to 3D. And the move to 3D, because I always wanted to go more of like a 3D look, and it's because for anyone who has spoken to me IRL and seen me IRL, I'm very expressive with my movements. Like, as you can kind of see, like I kind of move around a lot. I use my hands a lot, but obviously I don't have hand tracking at the moment, but like, that's a big thing. So I kind of went, you know what, 3D is kind of like the next logical choice, like the next logical step up. And once again, Drama comes to the rescue and decides, oh, you know what, I'm going to design your V-Roid and make some outfits for you. And I was like, thank you very much. It was really, really good. And yeah, she's been a big help with getting my V-Roid up and running. She's basically my model mum. And 3D Tofu was debuted on the 8th of July, 2024. You know, and like I, as you see, sometimes like when I do Zelda, like I have a Zelda outfit. If I did a Peach game, I had a Peach outfit. Like the Mario Party, I had the Mario suit or this racing suit. My fucking casual clothes. It's like, it's just, I just got a full fucking wardrobe. And honestly, it's, I couldn't be more thankful. I really couldn't. Like, I've had so much, it's been so much. I'm so grateful. Like, I'm so utterly grateful. I'm losing words now. I'm reading off my little script that I have and I've just gone off key. But you know what? Fuck it. Full send today. But yeah, again. Also, our logo got an upgrade. Our logo got upgraded as well, and that was really, really cool. The logo is like really racy themed now. It's up there somewhere. Hello, how you going, logo? Yeah, it's like really cool. But I really, really like it. And yeah, we're going to be keeping that logo for a while. I don't see that changing it at all. And yeah. Also, another thing that happened in July, and this is something I wanted to start doing more in general, was getting out of my comfort zone. Obviously with like trying these new things and doing all bits and pieces, but traveling was also another one. So in late July, I actually did a massive like 2,000-kilometer road trip up to Sydney for SmashCon. So I got to go to my first SmashCon, and it was absolutely great fun. I got to meet more OzTubers there, VTubers from OzTubers, and got to experience the convention. And the convention was amazing too. It was like super duper cool. They did a really good job with it. And I got to see like fucking initial D cars in like real life, and that was insane. You know, I saw an A86 in person and I almost like drooled on it. It was great. As soon as I saw it, I made a fucking beeline. Because that's just me. That's what I do. But yeah. Yeah, no, it was really, really good fun. I made a trip down to along the coast to meet some more VTuber friends. I actually got to meet Vixalur and Vira, her partner, and they are amazing people as well. They've been big supporters since before I became a VTuber, and I got to meet them. I got to meet them on my road trip, and that was really, really cool fun. I used this time also to kind of do a bit of a mid-year reflection of like how things were going, and honestly, I just felt how much I'd changed as a person for the better. Like, it was just an absolute fucking eye-opener. It really was. Interestingly though, that trip almost ended in disaster when a road kangaroo decided to jump out at my car at 4:30 in the morning as I was doing the final leg back home. Well, guess I'm lucky I'm a racing driver, huh? But yeah, that was quite scary. That was very scary. Maybe I'll put the footage up or something, I don't know. But I've got dash cam footage of it, and it was a heckin' time. So as time went on, I kept trying to like build goals of entertaining people, build on my goals of entertaining people, making new friends, trying new things, and having fun. More streams, more shenanigans, more collabs, more making friends, and everything was going well. But I kind of like really wanted to start adding more value because I didn't have many like emotes or anything, and yeah, no, it was like. I just wasn't sure what I was really doing at the time. But I went, you know what? Let's get some emotes sorted. You know, I spoke to a couple of people and then decided to entrust Momo to make a whole bunch of new emotes for me, and they turned out absolutely amazing. I love them, and honestly, if I get more emote slots in the future, I just want more done because they're so cool. So thank you so much, Momo, for the emotes. Absolute unit. You are an absolute unit. Absolutely cool. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Okay. Another milestone that I actually did that I'm actually quite proud of and didn't think I was going to actually start really getting into is voice acting. Voice acting has kind of been a bit of a thing for me, but it's kind of going to be a bit of a like love-hate kind of deal. Like, it was one of those things where I wanted to do it but thought I wasn't good enough. And as we know from anything else that's happened this year, that's kind of out the window. Like, that's not the attitude to have. Basically, I gave it a go, kind of getting back into it. Doing some guest stars on Fleecy streams, doing some voice acting for a game called Slay the Princess. As Fleecy kind of does like a regular thing because he's actually a VA himself, or does VA himself, and he decided to invite me on and gave me the role of the narrator in Slay the Princess. And yeah, it was actually quite an interesting experience. I had a lot of fun with it, and it kind of made me start pursuing it a little bit more. So yeah, it was really, really good. But yeah, no, the narrator was an interesting one because it matched one of the key voices that I like to do. And that's more like the distinguished gentleman kind of voice. Although that was a little bit more seductive than it should have been, but hey, basically it was something along the lines of There once was a cabin in the woods. And in that cabin lived a princess. Something like that. It's been a while since I've actually done that voice, so I kind of got a little out of practice on it. But yeah, no, the VA stuff was like super duper cool. I had a lot of fun with it. And yeah. Another cool thing that I got in, basically given the opportunity to do, was actually be a part of a live roleplay game in Lethal Company. Basically doing kind of like almost kind of like a bit of an improv kind of thing, where we got given a character, like some traits, and a very special thing called What They Don't Know, which is what like your little secret that no one else is supposed to know. And you're supposed to kind of like, we didn't have to adhere to the trait, but we got to kind of explore and kind of build the characters and make our own little stories out of it in the Lethal Company universe, and it was really, really good fun. The title of the series is called What They Don't Know, and it is available to watch on some of the perspectives on some of the YouTube channels of the participants. But it was about 9 of us, and yeah, I was graciously invited by Tiger Tan to participate, and I can't wait till we get to do it again, because I had a lot of fun with that. A lot of fun kind of doing my acting and kind of doing voices, and yeah, I was the dotty old man who didn't know anything what was going on, or well, so it seemed. You just have to watch and find out. But the old man is always watching. Anyway, and so, as we get towards October and PAX Oz 2024, we had a little thing come up prior. And this was an IRL thing for me. This is a big thing for me. I got tasked to do a massive project for my work. And I actually became a project lead. I had a lot of responsibilities as something that I hadn't done before, but it really gave me some amazing insights into project management and kind of like finding out what goes into a massive project. Unfortunately, it also added a lot of stress, and things became really tough to handle for streaming and IRL simultaneously. But I'll speak about that after PAX, because it obviously kind of happened after PAX, the main kind of, meat and potatoes of it. So PAX Oz came along. We had a lot of fun with it. I always go every year. I've not missed a PAX yet. I had so much fun, I had an amazing time. I got to meet amazing people and just really enjoy myself. I even had stickers made up, again, thanks to Trava, again, for getting them ready in time. Absolute lifesaver. And people loved them. Like, it was just the logo up there. It was just that logo up there on some stickers. One was like a glow in the dark, or I think, was it 2 of them or 1 of them? One of them was glow in the dark. I've got a sample still here with me. But they were really, really cool, and I think I had like 25 of them total, and they were all gone by day 3. So I managed to space them out, but they had a OzTubers meetup there as well, where everyone kind of met each other, and we were just handing stickers out, business cards, all that stuff. And yeah, like, it's just had all that happening, and I went through all of my stickers. It was absolute chaos. I keep saying chaos, I know, but that's just kind of my shtick. But yeah, it was really cool. Everyone loved them, and honestly, that was a really memorable thing for me. Like, the fact that people wanted something that I had, and it made me realize that I was part of something pretty cool. I got to meet Momo in person. That was kind of cool. And by kind of, I mean really. That was really cool. I also now have a plushie banana as a result, which has now been dubbed the travel banana. And it goes with me on all of my trips, which you'll hear about in a few minutes when I talk about the last part. But yeah, PAX was super memorable, and I honestly can't wait for next year. I think next year's going to be amazing. I really can't wait. After PAX though, things really picked up at work. The big day was looming. The end of this phase of the project. I actually ended up taking a streaming hiatus while all of this was going down, so it was for a very good reason. Work was, very important right now, and I had to make sure everything was right. And this wasn't going, and obviously, as this wasn't an easy trip down the road to my workplace, no, this one was thousands of kilometers away, and I only got one shot at really making it right. So as part of this opportunity, I got to fly across the country to Perth to see the fruits of my labor and connect some of the first infrastructure to make it all kind of start happening. It was a really amazing experience, and I also conquered my fear of flying. I had a fear of flying. I had a fear of not being in control of vehicles. I hadn't flown in 20 years, and I managed to do it with little to no issue. I was so proud of myself. Absolutely fucking proud. And it's thanks to everything that's led up to this point where I've been able to kind of like get over my fears, get over, try my new things and, get out of my comfort zone and just be more confident. Yeah, and it was just absolutely amazing. I also obviously got the opportunity to meet some of the Perth VTuber scene. So I met Drama, Fleecy Faye, and Berry Blue Jay in person, and they are all amazing in person as they are as VTubers. Absolute amazing time that I had there. And that leads us to December, the end of 2024. I've come back to streaming for a little bit, but I've decided to make a couple of changes with stream design, as you can see behind. We'll freshen up things for 2025, but the format's going to be largely the same. Nintendo-centric stuff with a sprinkle of variety, solo stuff with a sprinkle of collabs, and everything all usual. It's just going to have a bit of a coat of paint, like above. And also, new commands coming. You'll see what they are based on what I just did. But yes, behind me is one of the scenes that we've got. Kind of going to be pretty cool. My new streaming room, as I like to call it. It's amazing. Stuck in the racing suit while I do this, and it's like 30 degrees in my office. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. 2024 has been an amazing year, filled with tons of positivity, fun, shenanigans, friendships, and more. And I intend to make 2025 even better. So let's keep our foot on the gas and give it all we've got. My name's been Tofuboi, and have a fantastic new year, and I look forward to seeing you all in 2025. Take care, everybody.